Wake up, buy here, pay here people. It's a beautiful day. Go grab yourself another cup of joe and say hello to Jim and Michelle Rhoads on the Buy Here, Pay Here morning show. Take it away, you two.
Good morning, everybody.
Hey, good morning from
I sound
Oklahoma.
a little rough,
Probably.
just a little bit today.
Well, it's kind of in recovery mode.
Of a fun afternoon yesterday. Lots and lots and lots of cooking. More food than a neighborhood could probably consume. So yeah, it was
And listen,
good.
we're going to need to get confirmation if anybody's hearing us this morning. Our event was so messed up on the time thing.
Oh, that too.
Yeah.
And like when we had Gordy on Wednesday, I don't know if y'all noticed, I kind of got up and left the broadcast for a second because I all of a sudden had this massive warning on my computer. It's like your battery's about ready to go dead. And I thought, oh no,
Yeah.
we didn't plug it in. So, and apparently I didn't get it in time. So those of you who stuck around could see the rest of the
Thankfully, Gordy stayed in and finished his story, and then we rejoined.
we had a lot of fun on that one. So hopefully I think that from the people that we've chatted with, probably less than half of y'all are open today. So if you're out Black Friday shopping, thanks for joining.
Right.
Share the deals. Share the love around. I used to do that. I'd get up in the morning. Oh my gosh, because they start at 5 or 6.
5 a.m.
And so, I would be up super early. This is when I had a grundle of kids at home and be out there and ready. And, you see sometimes the worst of humanity and the best of humanity whilst Black Friday shopping. But so grateful for the internet. Don't have to do that anymore. Not at all. But I have friends they look forward to it and they're out there doing their thing. So all the power to them because I
save room for everybody else. I've never done that. So
Jim's pretty laid back. I don't.
See my coffee cup.
It's gone fishing. So we had a really great day yesterday. Sitting around a table, laughing and playing games and eating lots of food and I everyone has their own kind of traditions for what they do for Thanksgiving, and I know what we did yesterday is before we ate, everyone went around and talked about what they were grateful for, and there's sometimes you feel really silly when you say family, but I am grateful for family. I mean, to be able to be with family. But one of the things that I expressed was that I'm really super grateful for the opportunity to be a part of what we're building.
Oh yeah.
I joined less than 2 years ago. And those of you who are familiar with the story, everyone should have a coach. Even the best, most professional people in the world have coaches. And so we had a coach that we went and saw December 2 years ago,
right.
and just kind of laid all of the things that had been just bouncing around in our heads about where we wanted to go with things. And she actually, that's where I got the sticky note. Any of you guys have seen how I brainstorm with sticky notes so I can move everything around, and it's really colorful. And it's usually, for me, it's color coded.
Right. It's amazing.
Like purples are themes.
It's amazing. It's an incredible thing to watch.
So she sat down and she was, she's like, okay, give it only so much of your time. And then this and this go together and this and this. And Jim and I just sat there like, oh my gosh, why hadn't we thought?
Yeah, I think we could see tons of opportunity. We knew there were lots of things, out there for us to be able to pursue. And for us, the challenge was, how do we determine the order? Like we were struggling to kind of connect the dots. What's first? What do we? And boy, she really, Nancy, if you're listening this morning, which you wouldn't, there's no reason for you to be
actually, we want to have her on the show or something one of these days because she's fantastic.
Yeah, she's incredible. But she, as our advisor, she helped us kind of decide, where to go first with some of those things. And It's been an incredible journey.
Well, that was the Jim had been talking about me joining for a year,
Right.
and that was where during that time frame, and when we walked away from that and talked about some other things, I was like, I I need to be on doing this
Right.
with you, and
So she stepped away from her other
so
work
it's
shortly thereafter,
yep.
completed a big project, and a couple of months later, she
Yeah.
was working with me.
How many of you give 2 months notice
Yeah.
to your last employer? Because I was in the middle of something big. It's like, I'm not gonna do that. You don't burn bridges.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it'll be 2 years in March
Yeah.
that I joined Jim.
Yeah. And I think the big thing that keeps Michelle and I moving forward, and then we get more and more energized all the time because
Mhm.
people step in and join us,
Mhm.
in this thing.
So we wanted to kinda talk about the thing
Yeah.
and, what it is that we, like overarching kind of
Yeah.
themes. There's been a lot of movement, a lot of things that have been built. Some of them have have been added since we had that meeting with Nancy, like
Right.
podcasts and things like that. But it fit in the flow of where we were going, and um, uh, the overarching theme I know, and
Yeah.
he gets really really emotional about it at times, is that. He wants to make the experience for the customer better. He wants people to have a better, kinder, more empathetic, just a better experience, and that flows into helping dealers be better at what they do. And by helping dealers do better what they do, and you're helping the customer, you're helping our customers, that we really can help change
Right.
a
Well,
lot about the industry.
keep in mind, anytime you're talking to me, you're talking to a former dealer. You're talking to
Mhm.
somebody who owned pawn shops before I was a car dealer, and I'm just somebody who tries the best I can to see humans for who they are,
Mhm.
and that just means for me, anything we can do in our work to help dealers have a better experience and have their customers, through that work, have a better experience, then you start to move to what we talked about with Gordy on Wednesday. You move
Mhm.
to this place where you're not doing business in a transactional way. You're doing it in a way that is
Relationship.
really long-term
Yeah.
relationships, and so that's been part of what we've tried to educate around, is this idea that we're going to create long-term business relationships, and this is true in any size community. I talk a lot about it's easier to see the benefit in a small to medium sized community, the value of repeat customers
Mhm.
and all of that, but in reality, it's
Mhm.
beneficial at any market size, and so it's about just taking it away from being transactional. Understand our customers and their needs and their interests, and so that's what it's often about. And then since Michelle came in to join me, we've been able to have a lot of good fortune around the work that we do. And I think this year has, even though this might start to sound like a end of the year recap, show, it's really been about all the things that have happened this year that have just kind of helped us gain momentum
Yeah.
around this thing.
People, we talk about goals.
Right.
And neither of us are really huge in goals. It's more objectives and those things,
I
and
tend to think of goals in context of those or the start of the year, what they call New
goalposts.
Year's
No.
resolutions.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, New Year's resolutions that so many of us
Mhm.
fail on, and so I just
Yeah.
don't love the word goal. I think it's
Yeah.
better to find something else.
So we work together, we play together, and we were just chilling one night, and we were talking about really what we wanted to be able to accomplish in 2022. And and it fits with this theme of helping the customer and helping the dealer, and
Mm.
it was to build bridges. Um and so that has been an foundational piece to what we've been trying to accomplish this year, and is building bridges. And we were reflecting on that the other night, and feel so grateful for how we've seen that happen. And so we, especially after coming out of Super Forum, and there is very little doubt to people within the industry anymore, people, our colleagues, vendors and dealers, about that we are here to help, and we will be agnostic, and more people have been coming forward and saying, how can we help?
Yeah.
And those are the kind of bridges that we've been wanting to build.
That's the part. That's
Mhm.
probably the single biggest piece of gratitude that I have, is that we're seeing that, that we hope that people will see us for
Mhm.
being authentic.
As we're sitting here
And
crying.
Yeah.
It means an awful lot to us. And
Yeah.
it has been a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful year. And we want everyone out there that knows us, either through a podcast or as colleagues or dealers that we know of or have been working with, just how grateful we are for um, you.
Yeah.
And we've just had some just really beautiful opportunities and relationships.
Yeah. And I think, we talked about it, and I might have even talked about it on the morning show in the past, is like that experience of going to the
Mhm.
Super Forum and walking through that, that reception that first evening was incredible. The number of people who, they don't just say, we're enjoying what you're doing.
Yeah.
We say, they're saying, let us know how we can help
And
you.
there's like, we see you, and we see what you're trying to do. And so it's like, yes, because it's success. And so we're grateful for that a lot. I know that we're starting to talk already about what our theme,
Yeah.
what our objective is for next year, and we'll share that with you once we have that really defined. You're going to see a lot of beautiful things happen in 2023 in the industry.
Yeah.
And we're hoping to be a part of that.
Yeah, and we're really doing the best we can to make those things synergistic.
Mhm.
Like we know that, and Amanda said it right there, all ships rise.
Yes.
It's like, it's definitely something that we believe in, and
Mhm.
we also now know that we're putting our effort behind what Simon Sinek calls a just cause.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
this whole undertaking is all part of a cause, really, and so it's when people believe
Mhm.
that we're really going to follow through, like this cause is that important, like it's gonna, what, it's like, it matters, and we can make a difference. If we all work
Oh,
together, we can
yeah.
absolutely make a difference.
I was laughing because I was thinking about our conversation on Monday with Amanda and just following through. And it's,
Oh,
I
yeah.
was like, we need to do a reality television show.
Oh, yeah.
And Jim, after we're done, he's like, as coaches, our reputation hangs on following through on
Yeah.
the things that we say that we're going to do. And so he's like, are you prepared to do that?
Yeah.
And I was like, yes, Amanda, you are my right hand person. And we're going to make that happen.
You were talking about reality I think you were just talking about, at the time you were talking about dealers sending in their
Oh, the videos.
their
Yeah, lip sync
videos.
video.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the same
So,
thing, but yeah, I
yeah.
think, so yeah, I just think we're trying to just be out there. And I think, like I say, the recent events, being invited to speak at these events, getting to know all the people that are,
Mhm.
and we're just thrilled to discover that we're certainly not alone in this. There are tons of people out there who
Mhm.
also share the desire to leave this industry better than they found it. And I just know that we have the capability. And I think what Michelle, calls bridge building is like, for me, it's also team building. It's like, this thing takes a huge team of people to really make this difference. And we're fortunate that there are a lot of people, that, that are willing to join and make the difference. And, I don't mean to sound like the industry is broken. There's a lot of great people doing a lot of great
Yeah.
things, and certainly striving. I just see that, we have a lot of traction and opportunity to shift more and more away from this transactional appearance that so many of us have in the buy here, pay here space, and to move to a place where we can create these can approach customers from a relationship standpoint, from a standpoint of we can demonstrate that we truly care about this customer and we want to see them better their circumstances, or whatever we can to do, at least make their experience today a positive one, even if their circumstances don't improve. So these are all things that can absolutely be done. And so the only reason you don't get it done is because you believe the people who tell you you can't. And we just tend to not do that.
Yeah, that's like challenge
Yeah.
when someone says, yeah, that's not going to happen. You can't do it. One of the things too that I've really, really appreciated about this, uh, building bridges, all ships rise. Scott Allen said when they close financing for a vehicle that he kind of takes them through, we're not coaching you in your ship, we're getting in the ship with you, we're getting in the boat with you. And I've one of the things I've seen more and more this year is that um it just even in the vendor space, more and more people, it's like we're getting in the same boat,
Right.
where it's like we are working together
Yeah.
to create. And it's like all and it's not an exclusive thing. It's a very like all encompassing. As I'm seeing that more and more, it's like let's all join together, because there's so much good that we can do united.
Sure.
um
Well, we're
Yeah.
encouraging a really inclusive approach when we're training and working with dealers, and whether it's marketing or training their people to how to greet people on the lot and all the stuff. Is we're really taking a very inclusive approach to all those things. We want to invite everybody, and then that extends right on up the thing. It's like
Yeah.
whether that's dealers being inclusive, and we all look, it's the nature of business to sometimes be competitive. And while we're not saying no one should be competitive, we are saying that let's recognize that there's plenty of business for everyone.
Yeah. What are they? Who were we talking to? Asking about how many buy here, pay here dealers there are nationwide. And I mean, it's the numbers kind of fluctuate
Yeah,
from
yeah.
15,000 to 25,000 or whatever. And I kind of giggle to myself, because it's like, so you choose any vendor out there, it's like, can you handle 15,000 people?
Right. Yeah.
No. Well, then, there's, and not every product fits everybody too.
Yeah, and
So
part of the problem in that is
yeah.
that many of us are competing for what they call the golden 500, and so, or what Michelle calls the golden 500,
But
and
there's
so
no
many
need
are
to be
starting to adopt
competing.
that phrase.
Yeah.
Is like there's just a certain number of dealers, but in reality, we just know that we're striving to reach those dealers that aren't currently being reached. There's some indication that that's working, and I hope that's part of why people are putting some are happy to lean in and help us to do what we're doing. But just make no mistake, our big mission, our just cause is around the success of the customer, because we know when the customer is successful, the dealer is successful. And as an industry, we can improve the image, of what we have out there by just operating in that way, less transactional, more relationship. And so credit again to Gordy, our president-elect, by the way, for
Yeah.
NIEDA. So, having somebody in that chair who, and Scott Allen, current president, is certainly, in the same boat. It's like, it's about, helping, making sure the customers have a good experience, and everybody's able to, have something good come out of that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We're like super grateful, and we're heading into December, and we talked a little bit about Black Friday, and this is such a really great opportunity for us to be more kind, and
Yeah.
to be more empathetic, and
Yeah.
to be more patient.
Yeah.
With each
Empathetic.
other.
Yeah. Empathy is a word that, it doesn't get used often enough in our line of work. And I think we are always trying to help people better understand where that fits in the buy here, pay here space, and why that matters. And again, there's nothing that Michelle and I are talking about that's saying you shouldn't, as a dealer, make the profit that you need to make. It's not that you don't need to be profitable. It's just, we know you can do both. And we believe when you bring the empathy and that relationship approach to buy here, pay here, your business becomes more sustainable. It's healthier top to bottom.
Mhm.
it's more likely to be around in 10 and 20 and 30 years.
Mhm.
And so that's the argument. It's thinking past today and learning to kind of take an approach that might, might feel uncomfortable. You might be taking a little less profit than you thought you should get, or whatever that looks like. But it's
Or
about,
delaying it just a
delaying it.
tidge.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Yeah.
there's ways to do all that. And I think
Yeah.
what Michelle and I are stepping into on the squiggly lines, we're just grateful this Thanksgiving weekend to be able to say that it's clear that that message is being heard, and that
And there's clear there's a lot of people out there that are trying to live that too.
yeah,
Yeah.
we're certainly not alone. It's just that people
Yeah.
have they're being we're rallying some people who want to join us in spreading that message,
Mhm.
and helping dealers do better in any way we can.
So a huge thank you, of expression of gratitude to all of you out there who are listening, who are joining us
Mhm.
in this, who are, and like Jim said, a lot of people that are joining this have been in this this way of thinking for a long time, and so we're really grateful for
Mhm.
all of the people out there that have that same objective.
Right.
And
We
yeah.
can probably wrap up there. I think,
Yes.
we'll keep it short today. Everybody's got to get
Oh.
back to got to go focus on leftovers and maybe get some exercise, whatever you do with
I'm
your
looking
Friday.
really fast before we don't have any guests right now for next week that I know of. We're going to try to potentially get maybe we can get Jeremy Beck on the show on Friday
Let's
to kind of
figure
talk
something
about
out.
all things NIADA again.
We know we have
We're
Brent
thinking about doing that
Carmichael joining
monthly.
us for the first time on the morning show in
That's
December. I think we
right.
decided on Monday
Yes.
the 12th. So
He's
maybe
so
circle that
cute.
one.
He was like, "Really? I'm excited. That'll be fun."
Don't embarrass
So
him.
does he listen?
He's no, he does. Of course not.
Maybe, I don't know. I really don't know. So I know he's not on social
But we're
media.
looking forward to having Brent on. We always have fun with Brent, and you guys always learn just like we do and hang
Yeah.
around with Brent Carmichael. So,
Yeah.
so we're excited to have him coming to the show. And then just a quick mention for those of you in the vendor circle out there, if you've not reached out to us and scheduled some time, we want to get you on. And just remember, it's about getting to know the people behind the product. So we want to
Yeah.
schedule you and spend some time doing an interview that will not be live, and then we can start to introduce you to the folks in the industry through the morning show.
I think that that Bill's raising his hand because he wants
Bill has
to
a
come
question.
on. So
Oh yeah, he wants to come on the show. Oh,
we'll have you on again soon.
yeah, of course, Bill.
We love Billy. He's an awful lot of fun, and
Mhm.
hopefully we can bring Benny on a stick.
Oh yeah,
Or Benny
right.
and Benny on a stick. We can have a competition to see who can tell.
Oh, that'd
Which
be good. Yeah, it'd be fun. Hey, Bill, I was just telling Michelle or somebody, I said, you should really think about getting Benny a animated profile that shows his picture and then shows him on a stick, like an animated profile would be fun.
Yeah. All right, everybody, have a fantastic weekend. We are, we're here hanging out with family, and we will see you on Monday. And don't be kind. Today's Black Friday. Lots of shopping if you're heading out there. Gosh, I hate traffic on Black Friday. It's ridiculous. But be kind, be patient, and it will pay back in dividends.
Yeah.
So
I'm going back to my coffee.
All right. Have a great day, everybody.
See ya.